Hi everyone, Rebel Ann Doll here. It's time for another video. This one's going to be about my fitness goals and plans for the next year. So in a previous video I mentioned that I like to work out on the elliptical. Well, I've decided that the elliptical is great, especially if you're starting out, but I wanted to have a workout that's a little more functional, so I am going to try and run more. I never used to run at all. Actually, I hate running. I hate it with a passion. I've never been good at it, even as a child. I'm an asthmatic and I have fibromyalgia now, so I've never really pushed myself enough to get better at it for fear of something much worse happening. Now I'm going to try harder to achieve what I've never achieved before. And my first goal right now is just to be able to run a mile. And it doesn't even matter what speed, just as long as I can run a mile. I've started this week, started on Tuesday actually, going back to the gym. It's been a while. I go now and I spend 20 minutes on the treadmill. The first day I only ran 3 minutes. The rest of it was walking, but within 4 days I've added another 30 seconds onto that. So now I do 3.5 minutes of running and 16.5 minutes of walking, which is an improvement from the first day. And it sticks to that rule that I mentioned in my diet and weight loss video that, you know, every day I have to do as good as I did before. So when my first day I did 3 minutes, so my second day I couldn't do less than 3 minutes. I couldn't do more than 3 minutes at that time, but I couldn't do less. Then on Thursday I did 3.5 minutes. So from now on I can't do less than 3.5 minutes. And somewhere along the way I'll add in another 30 seconds, another minute, whatever, until I'm finally to the point where I'm running a full mile without stopping. So that's my initial goal. And then I want to up it to be able to run a 10-minute mile, because that was my bane in junior high. I had this horrible gym teacher. Sorry everybody, as you listen to somebody. Oh, okay, sorry about the noise. It's going to be my neighbor is digging up their driveway. So I had this horrible gym teacher in junior high who not only wasn't understanding to anybody who without athletic ability, but actually thought that everybody in junior high should be able to run a 10-minute mile, and would yell rather mean things at you if you were too slow to do that. In reaction, I had a tendency to walk slowly during the running of the mile for gym, so you know, I never learned what I was capable of. I probably took 15 to 16 minutes to complete a mile at best. But my new goal is a 10-minute mile. And then after that, I want to be able to run 5K, then 10K. And my ultimate year-long goal is something called Tough Mudder. And Tough Mudder is this 13-mile obstacle course, and the one here in Colorado is up in the mountains. So you run basically up and down a mountainside. You're going through these obstacles where you're like climbing under barbed wire, or swimming through ice water, or carrying heavy things, jumping a giant wall. And the piece de resistance at the end, right before you cross the finish line, you have to walk through a corridor of live electrical wires. So I know a bunch of you are thinking, who is this crazy bitch that thinks that it's a great idea to electrocute yourself? And I can't answer that. I guess there are two people in this world, and I consider them the royalty and the superhero. So when you were growing up, you wanted to be a princess or a prince, or famous and rich and having to go to the parties and wear the nice clothes and, you know, travel to exotic locations, but nothing too difficult. Whereas there is another group of people who wanted to be the superhero, who wanted to be that person that is fighting bad guys and scaling walls and kicking ass And I always wanted to be that kick-ass person, but being a small asthmatic child, I had no opportunity to do that. And every time I tried to break that shell when I was little, somebody, some bully, both kids and adults, would put me back in my place. And now I am finally starting to realize that I had it in me all along, and that if I put in the hard work, I can actually be that person I always wanted to be. So my big goal is to prove to myself that I am a badass. I'm a superhero. So hopefully this time next year, or around this time next year, I can't remember when the date is, I will be completing a Tough Mudder, and hopefully I will be making a video of me doing so. So those are my fitness goals for the year, and yeah, I would love to hear what you guys have planned for this year, how you're going about achieving it, and I will keep you updated on my own progress. So if you like this video, if you'd like to see more videos, including finding out how I did on my goals that I've mentioned here, please subscribe. Also, please like this video, please comment, leave questions, suggestions on other videos or on ways for me to get better, get myself prepared for Tough Mudder, whatever. In the description box below there is information on my Facebook page and on my Twitter, and I'll also leave a link to the Tough Mudder website. So until next time, peace out, babes!